Yo, what's up everybody, and welcome to this game between Virtus Pro and Natus Vincere for the ESL 1 Hamburg 2017. I haven't done much casting recently, but let's go and cast the game. I know everybody's hyped about Navi suddenly coming out of nowhere and winning. And everybody's like, wait a second, you're joking, right? It's not Navi that's winning things. But no, it's actually Navi that's winning shit. And it's just crazy. But that's good shit. Let's go and watch some Navi, right? So we've got Lich, Enchantress, and Kunkka coming out for Virtus Pro, and a Night Stalker, Disruptor, and Weaver for Navi. As per bans, Ancient Apparition, Io, Batrider, and Clockwork. And for the other side, we've got the Nature's Prophet, the Venomancer, the Broodmother, and the Drow Ranger. Currently, it's looking like Virtus Pro is up one game, which is pretty cool. It's good to see, right? It's good to see. This is a qualifier, yes. I know. So this is of course not the ESL 1 Hamburg, because that isn't taking place right now. It's in what is it, in about a month? A little bit more than that, right? This is just qualifiers matches. This is seeing who's actually gonna be competing at the event. So we'll see how this goes down. It's a best of 3. Virtus Pro already being up one game, of course, is a pretty good situation to be in. Now, one thing I wanna say about Virtus Pro, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that very, very much about Virtus Pro. I like that they have been a consistent team forever, right? Like, these guys have been with this lineup for a long time, and I think that's something that's really underrated in Dota. Dota always is like swapping players around, and everybody's always getting traded and shit like that. But Virtus Pro, they're just staying stable, and I appreciate that. Right, I appreciate that.
10 seconds to go.
But yeah, we've got the Sven coming out. That's a strong, powerful hero that can do a lot of stuff. So it's looking like we've got the Sven as the core carry here. Kunkka supporting, Lich supporting, probably Enchantress offlane if I had to guess. And then they're looking for mid. We'll see what it is that they do exactly. There are a lot of possibilities here, right? There are a lot of possibilities. But hey, we'll see what they pull off, right? You could do some crazier stuff. You could put the Enchantress mid. You could play a core Kunkka, right? I mean, if you really want to, you can even play core Lich and like support Sven. Like, these are all possibilities, which is nice because that makes it not that obvious what Virtus Pro is actually planning on doing here. Although there are some rather safe assumptions we can make here. The other side is keeping a bit more straightforward. Weaver always a carry, a Disruptor, Night Stalker always supports. And, oh, Chen as well. Actually, you know what? It seems it's going to be an offlane Night Stalker. Disruptor going to be played as the safe lane support. And then we've got the Chen as the roaming support. So this is always... I love seeing this. I love seeing this. This is so cool. I know not everybody enjoys this. But I am a huge fan of seeing Chen and Enchantress going up against each other. Now, I think it's so fun to see them steal creeps from each other, you know. It's got such a huge impact. Who steals whose creeps and who gets, you know, good creeps in the jungle. I wonder if they're gonna play, like, aggressive Chen and Enchantress or if they're gonna try to dodge each other. Because this is also, like, something that can happen. Where they are, like, really on top of each other. You know, one of them is trying to hunt down the other and constantly try and steal their creeps. Usually it's actually the Chen being hunted down. Or they just try to stay away from each other and kind of, like, each play their own game. But yeah, we'll see. And, well, we're going into the last banning, actually last picking stage. The last banning phase is already on its way. We've got the Queen of Pain being banned now by Virtus Pro. A strong mid, and I think it's fairly clear that Navi is looking for a mid, right? There's like no debate there. Virtus Pro, to me, is also looking for a mid, right? That's what we would expect here, but then again, they have a bit more variety. I feel like Navi, they are just going for a mid here. There's not much of a discussion. What is still in the pool as a powerful mid? Well, Invoker, for sure. Death Prophet, you know, that's a strong, powerful one. If we're looking at Navi's lineup, they've got like a good, strong physical damage hero. They've got two very disruptive supports, two supports that don't really hurt that badly in the mid to late stages. They can do some damage early on, but not too much. So they probably want a strong mid hero that does a lot of damage, just like the Lina. right? Just like the Lena. And then on the other side, we have Sven. He hurts really fucking hard. Usually Sven is actually enough damage for an entire team, as crazy as that sounds. Kunkka actually a really strong support in terms of damage output. Enchantress as well. So I think they're looking for more of a controlling mid. Could be a Puck, right? Could be, I could also see an Invoker, actually. Team fighting, I feel, is also going to be important. I gotta say, I expect the Puck, but we'll see what it's actually gonna end up being. Alright, we're gonna see what it actually ends up being. There's a lot of variety there. And it is a Viper. So this is, again, a controlling mid. That's what Viper does. Like, Viper doesn't do that much damage. He hits reasonably hard, but he's not, you know, like, he's not a Lena. Let's just say it that way. He's not a Lena, right? But hits pretty hard. But he's very disruptive. He can stand in the middle of fights. He can take a beating. He's very strong at winning his lane. And I like this here. I think this is important. Because again, Na'Vi doesn't have that much damage output overall. So this Lena needs to do well. Then he needs to perform. And if no one can shut him down with that Viper, that just means the Lena falls out of the picture, means Na'Vi is lacking damage, and then they will probably lose the game. So that's why I think they went with the Viper over the Puck. I think Puck would still have been a strong pick, but Viper is actually a much more, I don't know, I would say it's a much more aggressive pick in a certain sense, right? It's saying, and not an aggressive in the sense of we're trying to play aggressively, but aggressive in the sense of Dendy will not have anything, and you guys need to make sure that Dendy has money, because if he doesn't, we'll fuck you up. Right? Like that kind of aggressive pick. So we'll see how that works out. Alright, but I think this is actually a really smart one. I like seeing the Viper. Again, a very disruptive hero, but that's what they're looking for. Let me go ahead and just slow down my camera speed really quick. There we go. Fantastic. So, we've got a smoke attempt. Oh, Virtus Pro. They are using the Lich to bait. They're gonna go for Seneko. No, they won't. He's hiding under the tower. And sadly, they will not be able to actually secure that kill. That sucks for them. They used their early rotation for that, and it just didn't end up working out. So Na'Vi going into the laning phase with a mild net worth advantage of about 50 gold, which really doesn't matter. But it's a little bit disheartening whenever something like that happens. Anyway, so we've got the Weaver being played by Crystallize, going into the safe lane as expected. So Neko on the Disruptor, also going safe. Roger on the Chen. We've got Dendy playing the Lena going mid, and then General on the offlane Night Stalker. On the other side, we've got 9 Pasha. Actually trading some hits with General right there. It's funny, the Night Stalker with boots is exactly as fast as the Enchantress without. Well, General ends up, does he get it? Yes, he gets the bounty wound. And actually he's going to get quite a bit more damage in on this Enchantress. Like, she's dropping fairly low. You know, Night Stalker has a lot of armor, making it really difficult for him to actually, you know, get some damage in on that. We've got Solo on the Lich in the top lane. We've got a Lil on the Kunkka going out top as well, and Ramses 666 also in the top. So this is going to be an aggressive tri-lane from Virtus Pro. We've got a Pasha, as we mentioned, in the bottom, and then we've got no one on the Viper in the mid lane. Already trading hits using that poison attack to just slow down her attack speed. I don't like that too much. I know as Viper you always have this tendency to just say, hey guys, we're gonna go in, right? We're gonna go in and we want to fight. I want to go ahead and beat you up because this is what I'm here to do in lane, right? Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say you pick Viper, not because Viper is the strongest hero in team fighting or because he's like high damage output or any of that. Like, Viper has some good aspects in team fighting and all of that. There's no denying it. But the reason why you pick Viper is because you want to win a lane. And that's what this hero does, right? Like, there's almost no hero in the game that can actually go up against a Viper in an early scenario like that. It's just so difficult to fight him. It is so difficult to fight him. And that aspect of the hero really only comes online at level 2 and level 3. Right? Like, you gotta have all 3 of your abilities. Once Viper's level 3, it's impossible for any hero in the entire game to fight him. It's just not a thing you can do. You will always lose with every single hero in the game. But level 1, he doesn't have that synergy yet. Right, he doesn't have that combined attack slow, he doesn't have the resistances and all of that, and it's not quite as powerful. Right, the Viper is actually a very synergy-based hero, so you need all of your spells. Anyway, Sven up at the top. I find it interesting they're going for this aggressive tri-lane. Honestly, I think it's a bit unnecessary, but we'll see. We'll see, right? Like, that's just saying, okay, we really want to shut them out. This is Virtus.pro making a very aggressive statement. This is them saying, no, 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 no. We're going to make sure that these guys don't have a lot here. Oh, Pasha, being smart, not skilling anything, but they... they go ahead, steal the creep, steal it right back. Roger gets his side-tier Tormentor back under control, and, well, he is in lane, getting quite a bit of damage done with that shockwave. Up at the top. Crystallize, getting stunned up. Not too much gonna come from it. But yeah, very smart play from Pasha. Waiting with his level up, you know. Seeing, okay, well, what am I gonna need here, right? Do I need the enchant? Do I need the nature's attendant? I don't really know. I'm just not gonna skill it until I actually know what I need. And he waited, and it paid off. He had enchant ready. Honestly, if he didn't have enchant, I think there was a good chance of him dying right there. Very high chance, actually. So, well done, well done. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and open up the last hits really quick. Sorry for forgetting about that. Again, it's been a little while since I've done one of these casts. Hey, you need practice if it comes to everything, right? You absolutely need practice if it comes to everything. So Ramses, he's in lane. He's got his Storm Hammer available, of course, if they want to go for this Weaver. But Weaver is just so difficult to go up against. You know, Weaver, invisible. He's got that. Oh, she. Wait, where? Enchantress. Oh yeah. Okay, well, they finally got her. Oh, she was at low HP for so long. It's difficult to keep track of that. But yeah, Enchantress ends up going down. You know, something I find a really interesting development in the metagame. This is something that people haven't done forever. Right, or like, I don't know, they just never did it, even though it was a possibility. They didn't ever buy Orb of Venom on ranged heroes. Right, that just wasn't really a thing. But you gotta think about Orb of Venom as just 15 damage. Like, that's what it is. It's just 15 damage over 3 seconds. That's what people buy it for. And if you think about it in that way, right, just completely take the movement speed slow out of the picture. Just ignore that. Disregard the movement speed. Then it's actually really nice. Oh, no one taking a lot of damage in the mid lane. He's dropping low. Can they do it? And yes, down goes the Viper. Now, this is actually very important. Right, this Viper was picked to beat Dandy. This Viper was picked to make sure that Na'Vi does not have a strong mid hero. That Dandy is not able to deal all of the damage they want him to deal. But, currently, that's not working out. Right, no one dies twice in a row. The Medallion of Courage burning through all of his armor. Dandy being aware of their damage output, you know, like saying, no, I know this is a Viper, I know Viper is tanky, but we can kill this guy. We don't need to be scared of him. And he just goes for it, lines up the stun perfectly, and gets the quick pick off. That's really well done. That's actually, actually, no shit, that's actually incredibly well done. That was top notch right there. Not a lot of players would have gone for that play. Like, that was... I'm actually baffled that that worked out myself, right? And I have observer vision. Sick fucking play. Sick fucking play. Where they get that? Oh, we've got Lil. He's being slowed up. Throws out a nice torrent. Is going to keep himself safe from the Saint Conqueror. It's actually interesting to see a ghost being picked up by Roger. He wants that movement speed slow. This is actually pretty significant slow. 20% is nice. Like this... 20% if you stack it with the penitence, you know, number 24 from that, you can actually slow people down quite a bit. Oh, Pasha doesn't know, he gets stunned up! He's waiting for that one attack from the ghost, he does get it. But it's so difficult to attack the Enchantress with these creeps. They got such low attack speed as is. Oh, Pasha, he's on the run! He's on the run, steals the creep. He gets stolen back immediately. Just barely managed to get that kill. General throws out that void to secure it. And with that, Na'Vi now looking really nice and healthy. Now, one thing I really want to say here, right, and I think this is very important. Na'Vi currently, right, Na'Vi is currently winning. And that is a big fucking deal. Because Na'Vi needs to be behind in the early game for Virtus.pro to really be able to win this. Virtus.pro's lineup is a lot less... versatile, I suppose. Like, it just doesn't have the late game power of Na'Vi, because Na'Vi has that Weaver, and Weaver against Sven, Weaver just wins. Weaver just straight up wins that matchup every single time because he's so fast, he's so agile. Sven doesn't do well with heroes that can run away from him. And early on, it's not that big of a deal because Sven can just burst him down, right? You burst down the Weaver, it's all Gucci. But later on, you know, you've got Solar Crests online, Glimmer Capes, Forge Staffs, the Weaver himself is probably going to get a Lincolns. You're going to really struggle bursting him down. It's just not going to happen, and at that stage, you have a problem. At that stage, it's going to be really difficult to shut him out, and then Weaver deals enough damage to cut through that Enchantress, that Kunkka, that Lich, that Sven, right? Now, they do have the Lich armor, which will definitely help, but then there's the Lina, and the Lina Laguna Blights, and then that Lich armor just melts away, just like the rest of the hero. Mid tower already going down. Mid tower already going down. Navi are looking, oh man, they're looking really good here. I'm actually very impressed with their play. I think they did some fantastic stuff. General going in on Pasha, getting another kill. He will probably die for it, right? I don't think he will be able to survive this, and no, he goes down. So Sven at least gets a little bit of a return. But this is something I also want to point out. Sven, while he is definitely winning, actually no, never mind. I take that back. I thought he would be doing much worse than he is, but he's actually doing very well. No. I was about to say Sven isn't doing that well because I just assumed he wasn't based on the rest of the game, but my mistake. Sven is actually doing very well. He's got 41 last hits. Considering the top lane, you know, considering he was in an aggressive offlane, that is really solid. It is not free farm safe lane solid, right? It's not on that same level, but it is pretty nice. It is definitely something where I feel like Virtus.pro can be happy about it. So this is definitely the like bright shining star on their team. No one is doing alright in terms of last hits, not doing well on deaths though, right? He's died twice, which really sucks. Funnily enough, he's got 30 denies, which is crazy. Right? Oh, they've got those golems just throwing some stones into his face. These don't hurt too much, and oh, wow, that was scary. Yeah, that's Viper, you know, you get hit once, you get slowed down, get hit twice, you get slowed even more, the ultimate comes flying, a few more attacks, and you're done. It's quick, it's easy. This right here is game 2 out of the best of 3, my friends. I'm glad we've got so many people watching right now, it's kind of fantastic. But yeah, this is game 2 out of 3. This is not an official cast, in case you're wondering. This is just me doing some casting because I saw there weren't too many people doing that. And I thought you guys might appreciate it. Also, I like to cast every once in a while. Anyway, we've got no one on the Viper. He didn't have a great early start here. He is now trying to catch up. He's getting a lot of denies, and this is something I want to point out. Like, yes, he has a lot of denies, but these denies aren't actually in-lane denies, right? These aren't denies that he got while Dandy was here. These are denies he got while he was laning on his own after the tower died to try and control the creep equilibrium better, making it easier for him to get further farm. So even though that score is really high, if we subtract the amount of last hits that just, or like denies that just didn't matter in terms of taking experience away from Dandy, that number is going to be significantly less impressive, right? Because Dandy has just actually been farming in the jungle, right? He's just grinding it up there, and that's definitely a smart thing to do. Definitely a smart thing to do for him, to just say, alright, you know what, yes, we got that mid tower, but at this stage I just really can't challenge the Viper. You see down here, General doesn't pay attention for a split second and goes down immediately. It's just a tough situation. The slow is significant, the damage output from the Sven will just destroy you. You don't want to risk that. This Lina is important. Navi very much relies on this Lina, which is why they spend so much time making sure that she actually has a good start here. And they did get a good start on her. So it would be a, you know, it would be kind of a little bit silly to now waste that away by being too aggressive in lane. Then he continues farming up. He's got his, his Soul Ring is online. He's got his Null Talismans. Puts it all on the ground to make sure he gets the maximum mana. We've got Roger now taking a lot of damage. He's dropping very low. Pasha standing in front of him, trying to block him off, but the X mark pulls him back anyway. With that, Ramses will be able to secure that kill. Finds himself a big stack of Ancients as well. Might as well take him, you know, since you're here anyway. So that's a good, quick pick-off. Did they get the creeps as well? I wonder. I think they did. I don't see any. Oh no, they're up here. Awesome. Okay, that's good then, right? Like, if you're gonna kill a Chen, you really want to make sure you snatch the creeps, because that's really like the big deal about the kill. Chen doesn't usually carry that much money himself, makes the kill less valuable, because kill gold, in case you don't know, is actually based on the net worth of the hero. right? Kill gold is based on the net worth of the enemy hero that you kill. Actually, it's based on net worth difference. And there's like a whole complicated formula. Let's not go into that, though. But the more money that hero has, the more money you get. So Chen doesn't usually have that much money himself. You can see, like, he's doing fine right now. Oh, we've got a fight at the bottom. No solo gonna be going down. No one standing in the middle. He's fighting it out. We've got the big hand of God keeping Soneko safe. And with that, it seems no one will be forced to retreat. Actually rooted up underneath the tower. They've got another slow. They've got that static field. Do they want to go for it? No. They don't want to go for that. Yes, as confident as they are, this is still a Viper with 1000 HP to go. You're not gonna get him. He's tanky. He's really beefy. He's got his passive maxed out. He hurts like a motherfucker. Actually, I want to point one thing out. This is just something I'm a big fan of, but I think with Poison Attack, you really want level 2, right? Viper, actually, I think is a great hero for something that looks a little bit silly, but works really good. At level 7, I would actually recommend you go for a skill build that is 2-2-2-1. Right, you have 2 points into all of your basic ability and 1 point into the ultimate. Because all of your basic abilities actually scale really well from level 1 to level 2. They get significantly more powerful on that jump. And then level 3 and level 4 are still nice, but they don't have that significant of a jump. So getting the 20% movement speed slow on the Poison Attack is actually really powerful. I would recommend you give it a try. No one didn't go for it here because he was prioritizing farming and staying safe. Right? Like, that's why he didn't do that. Otherwise, you would see this very commonly. But if you are just a Viper player in your own home, hey, go ahead and give that a try yourself, right? Anyway, Sven has his Mask of Madness working on the Echo Saber very close. So Ramses actually starting to look quite scary. Highest in net worth, leading quite nicely. We've got Dandy right behind him, which is good to see. Again, this hero is very important. Funnily enough, we've got General at third, beating out the Viper, beating out the Weaver. This Night Stalker is actually quite strong. He's going for Pasha right here. He's got some good kills, right? Like, General is 3-2-2. So, nice score. The dream score. Push 322 for General. We've got what coming in? Hand of Midas. Wow, that is a rich Night Stalker. Like, he's actually doing very well. Alright, we've got a bit of a collapse on this bottom lane right here. They want the Chen. Chen will be able to TP out, though. And it seems that that's going to be the end of it. So they rotate 5 heroes into this bottom lane, and Virtus.pro doesn't actually manage to get a kill off of it. That is not great. Like, that's a big waste of money and resources, right? While you're doing this, nobody's farming top, nobody's farming mid. It's all wasted money. And you can see the other side is not making the same mistake. Navi, they've got people farming the jungle. They've got people farming the top lane. Right? We've got people farming the other jungle. And then we've got Crystallize on the Weaver, just chilling down here. Weaver actually not doing well at all. It's kind of a little bit worrisome for Navi. So if there's one thing that I'm really saying, oh, maybe they aren't in that great of a spot, it would be this Weaver. Right, this Weaver's actually in a bit of trouble. Well, they're gonna go for no one though. The Laguna Blade is dropped. Viper just able to tank a lot. Enchantress no stun up as well, but it seems they should be able to finish that kill. Oh, so much heal from her. The boat coming out. The shark connects on Soneko. Pasha still in the middle of all of this. He's trying to fight. Won't be able to do it. Crystallize charges in. He wants solo. In the meantime, Ramses is now here. The big bad guy has shown up. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, he cancels one attack and Crystallize will be able to run away. In the meantime, Lena goes up into the air and she loses 3 Bloodstone charges just a few seconds after she managed to complete it. That always feels fucking terrible, man. That's just no good. But yeah, that's a real shame that Ramses cancelled his attack right there. He didn't quite feel like committing to that kill, and with that, wasn't quite able to get it. Oh well. Sven, working towards a Blink Dagger. I actually like what he's doing here. You know, he's saying, alright guys, we gotta go ahead and finish this early, right? We wanna go ahead and push. We've got General up at the top on the retreat now. Now, I know I'm making this sound like it's, like, Virtus.pro is in a terrible spot, right? And I don't wanna say it just that simple, right? Like, I think Virtus.pro is in a spot where they need to start pressuring Navi. They need to start forcing things to try and win this game. If they continue playing as they have been on... Oh, wait a second. The courier actually got sniped. With the Hand of Midas recipe on it. That's actually really huge. And that's actually a really big deal. Wow, General. Yeah, General gotta be very unhappy about that. That sets him back a lot. Ooh, that's definitely one of the worst feelings if you get your hand of Midas sniped from the courier. Hello. Yes, there's a cat. I'm kind of busy right now. Okay, goodbye. All right. But it's one of the worst feelings to have your hand of Midas sniped from the courier, right? Like that is just that's just miserable. Seems that he's going for the Solar Crest, and the Chen is just keeping his medallion. The medallion. This is something I will never understand. Why does Solar Crest and medallion, like why do those two stack? Right? I personally disagree with this on a very passionate level, but oh well, they do. Probably gonna be fixed next patch if I had to guess. But that's why you often see a medallion and a Solar Crest come out on a team, you know, not just one but both. General decides to go for the Heaven's Halberd instead. I actually think that is a great idea here. I don't think they really need the stack of both of them, right? He doesn't need the Solar Crest, doesn't need the medallion. Instead, I think he should go for Heaven's Halberd just to shut down that Sven. Right? Sven is most of the damage from the Radiant side. And actually, it's not just the Sven, Viper as well, right? Enchantress. If you look at their damage dealers, right? You've got Enchantress, Viper, Sven. Like, all of these guys actually, they need to right-click. Like, if they don't right-click, they don't hurt. And so, getting medallion, not medallions, Heaven's Halberd is definitely a good idea. Oh, we've got the Torrent on the Lina. Both connects as well. Dandy dropping low. Lil trying to get him done, but it's not going to be enough. Pasha in the background, working on Dandy as well. She denies herself, and down goes the Lina Crystallized in the middle of this fighting. Ramses goes on General. General drops. General drops. Roger gonna be going down as well. Crystallized still running around. He has the edges. The Weaver ends up dying. He wants no one before he dies. Okay, we've got the Glimpse back. And with that, they get the Viper at least, but Crystallized time lapses right back into the arms of Ramses. And with that, Na'Vi loses a big fight. That is actually a really big deal. They not only did they... What are you doing? That's just rude. Not only do they lose the Lina again, so that Bloodstone is really not looking very healthy at all, but they also, you know, hardly get any kills. They lose the Aegis. That was a bad fight. That was a really bad fight. Did Soneko buy back? No, Soneko just wasn't here to begin with. Yeah. Alright. I think at this stage we can safely argue this game is very much even again. We've got the Blink Dagger available on the Sven. He's not working towards his BKB. I love what Ramses is doing in terms of items build. I know the item build. You know, I understand this looks very standard, and it is. It is very standard, but you gotta know when to go standard, right? And you gotta know when you gotta go for the right item build. And I think this is on point. I think this is the perfect item build. Anything else you could be going for would be worse, right? The Mask of Madness, Echo Saber, Blink Dagger, BKB. The exact progression that we need here. I like that Virtus Pro is also targeting Dandy. Right? They are making sure this Lina doesn't get to do what she needs to do. I mentioned this in the draft already. Na'Vi doesn't have a lot of damage, right? And now, back then I said, well, they have the Weaver. So Weaver will be able to do some damage, but that's not gonna be enough. Now, this is the problem, though. They don't have the Weaver. Like, they have him, but he doesn't do damage. Right? He's just not that powerful yet. He's about to finish up a Diffuser Blade, which I find odd. I'm not quite sure why you would go Diffuser Blade. It's probably just a response to not having a lot of damage, or not having a lot of, you know, money, and Lina goes down yet again. Oh, God, guys, this is... I feel like Na'Vi is just throwing this away. They're in such a great spot, but... admittedly, it could also just be Virtus Pro outplaying them at the moment. But yeah, Crystallize on his Weaver just doesn't have anything. So, take the Lina out of the equation, right? Take the Lina out of the equation. If, let's say, Na'Vi loses the Lina and Virtus Pro loses any other hero, doesn't matter. Be it the Sven, be it the Viper, be it the Enchantress, pick whatever you want, right? Virtus Pro wins that fight, because Na'Vi just doesn't do damage anymore, but Virtus Pro still does. They get the Chen right there, it's another quick pick-off, right? They just keep getting these heroes. I don't know why the Chen is here. Like, what is he doing in this position? Like, this is just not good, and yeah, you can see that while Na'Vi, they did have a pretty solid lead, starting to really crumble. Well, Ramses is gonna continue farming over here. He's almost got his BKB. And once he has that, I expect to see a push. You know, there's really no reason to wait any longer. It's gonna be a Maelstrom on the Viper, maximizing his early damage output here. It's actually gonna be pretty powerful, I feel. I like this choice. This is just saying, hey, you guys can't fight right now. Like, right now, you guys don't stand a chance. So let's just go for something that will let me finish the game right now. I actually would have liked to see maybe a Desolator instead as well. But this is perfectly fine. Don't take this the wrong way, right? Like, this is not a bad item build. I actually like the Maelstrom. I like that he's not going 4-staff. Hurricane Pike right here, I feel, would not do enough damage. Kunkka has a Glimmer Cape. We've got the Lich. Okay, well, he's got nothing, but he's a Lich. It's kind of what you would expect, right? But Kunkka, you know, picking up some stuff as well. Oh, they go for the Sven. Glimpse him into the Storm, but the BKB is active. Ramses just kind of, like, activates it and then stands still for a second. Starts working on the Disruptor. Man, Ramses is very unsure what to do here. Can you see how he's just staggering around the place? Doesn't know where to go. He finds Roger, and this is something he can do. This is something to punch, and with that, the Chen gets slaughtered, cut up into tiny... Actually, no, I wouldn't say tiny pieces. I imagine if Sven hits you, you don't really get cut into pieces as much as you just got beaten into this bloody pulp. So, either way, it's not pretty. I'm not sure what Ramses was doing in that fight, though. He was just standing there, like, wasn't quite sure which direction to go, which path to take. And in the end, he's just gonna settle for the Chen. Go ahead and farm up those Ancients. I am very happy to see how much Virtus Pro is stacking, right? We had this big stack earlier, we had another one right here. This is a very nice way to make sure the Sven gets very powerful. It's level 18 now. Solid net worth lead, right? The Viper's actually, you know, quite a bit behind. Surprisingly high amount, and I actually found it impressive that General is still up there. Like, still sitting at 8,600, being the third highest net worth in the game. But this right here is the problem. Right, this little fella, this little bug, just sneaking around, not having an impact. If Na'Vi can figure out a way how to make this guy be more significant, then they have a really good shot at winning the game. But if they can't figure out a way how to make this guy significant, and if they can't figure out a way how to make this Weaver actually do damage, they'll just lose. No, that doesn't mean it has to happen. That doesn't have to happen, right? And there are ways to do it. Something I don't like from Na'Vi here, for example, is, first of all, Diffuser Blade. But we're past that point, right? We don't complain about things that have already happened. That doesn't help. I don't like the Lincolns. I think the Lincolns is him going for a defensive option that really just won't, like, actually let him survive. Like, it will block a spell, yes, and then you die anyway, right? Because you don't have the HP needed to survive. There's too much magic flying around. There's too much stuff that will just break through your shit. So, I don't like the Diffusal, not Diffusal, but I don't like the Lincolns. Instead, I think what might be a good idea would just be like, maybe just straight Desolator, just saying, you know what, I'm gonna kite him. I'm just gonna kite him. There were fights where he was actually able to do that, right? And, oh, Roger, yeah, you're just dead. Like, you're not even gonna use any stuns for it, right? You see that? Ramses? Just saving his mana. No respect. He knows there's no backup for this Chen. Why would I need to use a stun? It's not a problem. He's not scary. He won't hurt us. What can he do? What can he do? Please become an official caster. I would love to, but, you know, people don't want me to cast anything. This is always the problem, you know, like, how do you become an official caster? Well, I have no idea. Do you send out emails to people? Well, I tried that. Do you talk to, like, important people and, you know, like, tell them, hey, I would like to do some casting? I did that too, right? Like, I told people that are in positions of power, I suppose, right? I would like to do some casting. I just have no way to really get a foothold in this. So I just do it on my own. But anyway, this isn't about me. This right here is about Na'Vi trying to stay in the game. Dandy down to 4 Bloodstone charges. That must feel just terrible. He's buying clarities to help make up for that mana deficit. Picking up a Shadow Blade, now going for the BKB. This is actually the second option I wanted to bring up on Crystallize. You know, instead of going for the Lincolns, just go straight BKB. Just go straight BKB. Yes, he will still get fucked up by the Sven. And the Enchantress will still hurt. but at the very least you have protection from the magic, right? And then you can go Desolator. BKB Desolator actually kind of works, but oh well, we'll see how the Lincolns plays out. Again, the game isn't over yet, and this is the thing to keep in mind here. This is a really important thing to keep in mind here, actually. If this Weaver can get this Lincolns, finish up the Lincolns, and then go for another item before Virtus Pro is able to really do any significant play, Navi is actually in a good spot. And then this Lincolns will work out. That is the condition, though. Now, I'm a little doubtful that will happen, right, as you may be able to hear. But if they can pull that off somehow, and this mostly requires Virtus Pro to just chill for far too long, then you're in a good spot. But this is Virtus Pro. This is for Mother Russia. They find Crystallize, and there goes the stun. There goes the torrent. 1, 2, 3. We're not even gonna be able to count to 4 because he is already dead. Your Lincolns won't save you from that stuff, right? It just won't. It just doesn't do anything. And with that, Navi is missing the Weaver. And with that, oh, actually, Soneko finds the haste rune. That will keep him safe. And with that, I expect Virtus Pro to go for some sort of play. They really should actually just try and force something somewhere. Doesn't have to immediately be... Oh, actually... Here. I should actually update my stream title and say that it's English. Right? Like, that's probably a good idea. I just realized that. It's clever, it's smart, isn't it? But anyway. Alright, but I want them to use this Sven. Sven now... Oh god, he finds Roger. 1, 2, 3. He doesn't actually do enough damage without the ultimate. He can kill him, activates the BKB, but he's actually put himself into a pretty bad spot at this point. He's completely out of position on his own. He's tanky though. He can definitely take some hits. He's got the BKB still going on. There's the Glimmer Cape, and they find the Weaver. Back he goes. Lena. Can she finish the Sven? Ramses is still alive! She just doesn't do the damage needed. Crystallize will be the one to finally finish him off in the meantime. Denny goes down. Crystallize now on the retreat. The Shikuchi will keep him safe, it seems, and with that, Weaver manages to survive, but 3 of Navi's heroes don't. They just get torn apart right there. It took them too long to kill the Sven. You see, that's what I talked about in the beginning. Right, like this always goes back to Navi just not having enough damage. The Lena was pounding into that Sven, but this Lena isn't having that great of a game, right? She just doesn't have that much money. And so while she's hitting him, she can't kill him. And it took so long to finally get that kill that by the time they were done, they had lost half their team. No one picking up a BKB as well. I wonder what they're waiting for. Maybe level 20 on the Swiper to get that poison attack still? No, poison attack on buildings is pretty powerful. Alright. They're just walking into the Roshan pit right here. Making sure that it's not molded. It is not. The Radiant might know. Do they? There are dragons around. And yeah, now they know for sure. Good game awareness. It's not gonna be in time though. That's a good play. Oh, Weaver. Oh, Weaver. He's running away and he will be fine. Sick. In the meantime, General. Wait, where is General? Oh, all the way back home. Oh, those dragons are dead. Ah, that feels real bad. Having those dragons is actually super important. There's 6 armor. That is nice, right? Having that stacking armor buff helps a ton in those team fights. Especially if you're going up against a high physical lineup like they are. Roger in the meantime goes down again. Chen dying isn't really that big of a deal, but it does certainly suck. And this sets up a situation for Virtus Pro to push. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Navi got Roshan, they got Aegis and Cheese, but they lost the dragons and the Chen. And honestly, the dragons are the bigger deal. And now Virtus Pro is just pushing. Like, they're just gonna go ahead and apply some pressure on this tower. They've got no one in the front. They don't even have that much mana. Virtus Pro is really playing quite aggressively here. Oh, Torrent, Boat. Boat connects on Denny. Denny taking a bit of damage. He's got a Lincoln's though. Actually, he doesn't. That was the Weaver's Lincoln's. Nice. Well done. And with that, seems like Virtus Pro needs to retreat. He's still going in though. Playing very aggressively here. X into the Torrent on the Disruptor. The stun comes out. Glimmer Cape keeps Soneko safe. They also got the Lincolns on him. No one are forced to activate his BKB. And with that, Virtus Pro is going to have to retreat. The General activates ultimate. He doesn't want them running away. Oh, no, no, no. The glimpse comes out. And with that, Viper... Wait. Oh, X. Beautiful. Wow, Lil. Holy shit, man. That was so sick. That was actually amazing. They're still not out of here, though. Pasha will go down. They get the Viper as well. Ramses trying to turn it around. He's just swinging into them. But they're not able to just get out quite yet. Lil... yeah, he's running. The swarm doesn't connect. Well, actually kind of sucks. Sven will be able to blink away because of it. And it seems that Kunkka, Glimmer Cape, unless they don't have detection. No, they do have detection. And with that, Kunkka ends up dying as well. Oh my god, they find Solo! Oh my god! Oh no! Virtus Pro! That's not good. That's not good at all. Navi turning that around so nicely. There were some amazing plays in that fight from both sides. But it was simply Virtus Pro overextending so deep that even after they made some incredible plays, it just wasn't enough. It just was not enough for them to still continue that push or even just get out to safety. Wow. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. That was a marvelous team fight. Ah, poor dragon. Dude. No dragons were harmed in the making of this shotcast. Maybe some dragons. Maybe a few dragons were harmed. Free, currently. Push F if you feel bad for Daenerys. Ramses, gonna go ahead and clear out this stack really quick. Yeah. He's working on the platform. He's got it? Yeah, he's got it. Alright, that's a good upgrade. It's nice and powerful. But yeah, Virtus Pro is just like... that was a bit of a throw. That's not even a better way of putting it. Now, it's not over yet, right? Like, honestly, while Navi is in a good spot now, right? Because the Weaver, he has his Lincolns, and he's now working on Skadi, it seems. Okay, that's a bit weird. I don't know why Skadi. That's really odd. That doesn't actually make any sense to me at all. But he's working on a Skadi, it seems. Oh, BKB. Yeah, that seems better. That seems better. Like, that makes more sense to me. Oh, Dandy. Oh, Danny, that's actually really bad. Yeah, he throws out a stun, doesn't even connect. The Lincoln's activated, they pull him back. Bolt doesn't hit. Oh, that was not good from Lil. Oh, no. Lina on the retreat. She's got an Aegis. She's still alright. I mean, even if she dies, she'll be coming back in no time. Okay, we've got Soneko taking a bit of damage. The Glimmer Cape will keep him safe. Rams is already activating BKB, Mask of Madness in the background. No one's standing in the middle of this. And oh my god, the Viper is gonna die. Torrent coming out. In the meantime, we've got Glitch activating his ultimate. Bounces between those creeps. That's actually... oh, wow. Roger is in a bit of trouble over there. We've got the glimpse on Sven. Sven goes down. Virtus Pro, they lose a number 4. Wait, what is going on? The buyback from the Viper. But the Sven is dead. And he doesn't have buyback. He just finished up a Bloodthorn. And GG is cold. Oh my god.
Someone's dropped out like a kid in school. Someone's having
What? Dude, that wasn't so much a comeback as that was Virtus Pro walking up to a cliff, thinking to themselves, like staring down and just thinking to themselves, you know what, that doesn't seem like a good idea. And then no one ran up to Ramses, who was looking down the cliff, and just pushed him. And it's like, why? And what? How did Navi win this? Look at this! Look at this shit! You can't be serious! Oh my god. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that cast, because we are about to go into game 3.